Hola, estudiantes de Venga. Bienvenidos a nuestro livestream para AQA GCSE Spanish. Thanks everyone for joining. I hope you guys are all doing okay. If you had any exams today, I hope they went well. I hope you are ready for like 20 minutes of gongiendo, Spanish vocab, translation practice. It's going to be great. Nunca voy a olvidar el gong pro. I've got it right here. We're going to be gongiendo. It's going to be great. Thanks for everyone who's joining. This was a requested video, so I hope it's a useful one for you. For those of you who are in the live stream, thanks for joining. Chuck your questions in, and I will do my best to go over as many as I can. We'll be talking a little bit about the subjunctive for those of you who are asking about that already. For those of you who are watching this after the stream, I know not everyone can make it to the time. Do yourself a favor and put me up to times 1.5 or times 2 speed. It makes this whole thing a lot more bearable. But in the meantime, let's dive in. Let's go. I'm excited. Are you excited? I hope so. I'm mainly excited for the strange looks that I get from the people who walk past. So you have that to look forward to. Vamos, ok. Para empezar, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Pues necesitamos hacer un poquito de vocabulario para los temas muy importantes. Now, we need to talk about different vocab. So people requested relationships, people requested el medio ambiente, so that's what we're going to do. But before we do that, first things first, I'm going to talk about the things you need to include in your answers when you're writing, okay? So, sí, vamos a aprender. Estoy muy emocionado también. So, if you want, when you're writing your answers, you need to answer all parts of the assessment, okay? So answer every question on the paper. You need to include your opinions and give reasons for those opinions. So make sure you're using a porque, a ya que, así que, aunque, sin embargo, all that kind of stuff. Give your opinions and reasons for them. Now, this is super important. Make sure you use present, past, and future tense correctly. You need to include all three if you want to be getting above a 4 or a 5, okay? So that's super important. You can write the most amazing descriptive answers, but if you're only writing them in one tense, like you're not going to be getting up those grades. Now, if you're pushing for more like 7, 8, 9, you're going to want to start using the like me gustaría, the conditional tense, the past perfect. So he ido, like I have been, I had been, había ido, that kind of stuff. Then if you really want to be pushing for 9, we're going to talk about the subjunctive. Now, the subjunctive is more of a mood than a tense. I don't want to talk about it too much because you really don't need to know about it unless you're pushing for like 7, 8, 9s. But I would just learn a few phrases that you can just copy and paste into the exam. So something I always used to say is es importante que haya. So it's important that there is. So the haya is spelled H-A-Y-A. That's the present subjunctive for I. So just get a phrase, like it's important that there is, and then just put whatever noun you want after that. So that's a really good way of trying to get a subjunctive phrase in. It's going to impress the examiner, and that examiner's going to give you a gong. Bam. Oh, Christ, that was loud. Sorry, everyone around. So that's a really good way of trying to bump up your grade. Just learn a subjunctive sentence and just put it in. You've got like 3 questions you have to answer. It's going to be fine. Okay. I would also say another piece of advice, try and include some like original words. So tonight, like when this is finished, and maybe after the geography live stream, which you should check out, it's going to be great. Look up a few random adjectives on like word reference or something, just so you've got something like a random adjective you can just chuck in. So you're not using like guay, genial, asombroso or something like that. Just look up some cool adjectives and just write them down and try and learn a few extra vocab things tonight. And I'm glad you're looking forward to geography. I'm looking forward to geography too. And then I would also say make sure you include some longer sentences in there. So we're going to go over some conjunctions a little bit later. So that's stuff like you want to be saying stuff like sin embargo, aunque, además, por lo tanto, a pesar de, sobre todo, tan pronto como, puesto ya que. I'll stop. My brain is frying, so I'll stop. But you know what I mean? Try and make your sentences a bit longer. Don't be afraid to use your opinion. Don't be afraid to be imaginative, and don't repeat yourself. So I would just write it, when you open the paper, just write a little checklist of the things you need to include. So write all the different tenses you need to include, and every time you're writing your answer and you include that tense, tick it off. Or give yourself a little gong in your head. Just so you know that you're covering all those 3 tenses present, past, future. And then if you're going for those high grades, get a conditional in there, get a subjunctive in there, and maybe get like a past perfect. So like he ido is I have been, rather than like fui. So something like that. Okay, so any questions, guys? Keep chucking them in the chat. I will be monitoring it as we go. So that was just a few things to remember that you need to include if you when you are doing your answers. So in the run up to the lesson, you guys were really great and gave a bunch of requests for things you wanted to go over. And two things that came up a lot were relationships and marriage and the environment. Both really like high yield topics, and by that I mean they come up a lot. So I'm sharing my screen, and Jonna will disappear for a second. You're welcome, but I'll be back. And you'll see my like little face pop up in the corner of the screen real soon. So I thought those would be some good vocab to go over. Now we're going to start with relations. I should be back. If I'm not back, let me know. So people are chucking stuff in. Best tips to get a 9, I would say you want to be using learn some, like just write out some subjunctive phrases, just Google them and like have some that you can just apply to any situation. Make sure you're using different tenses. Try and get some longer sentences in there. So varying your sentences, giving like using conjunctions. We'll go over some in a second. Those are some tips I would say for the 9. So someone else is asking about tenses. So you've got, we'll go over some tense and stuff a little bit later. So keep those questions coming in. But some of our earlier requests were to go over some relationships vocab. So I hope you guys are ready for a little relationships hypercram. I'm not going to click through all the different vocab. We're just going to go straight into the text. Shout out in the chat what the answers are. What is a husband? Let's go. Let's go. You guys are always great at this. How do we say husband in Espanol? Okay, dramatic pause. If there's no el marido, sí. We can have can we think of another word? It's very good. So el esposo. You can also have el marido. Very, very good. And how do we apologize? Novio is boyfriend. Be careful. Novio is not husband. Novio is boyfriend. Really good. Esposo is for husband, and esposa is for wife. So how do we say apologize in Spanish? Which is the right answer out of this selection? Straight in there, Patricia. Love that. Disculparse. Really good. Soft, gentle gong. Bam. Really, really good. Okay. What's next? Where are we going? How do we say goodbye? How do we say goodbye in Spanish? Not adios. What is the verb to say? How do we say goodbye? Yeah, you got it. You got the gong. So we're still. So adios is the noun, but how? Yeah, really good. Despedirse. Very good. So when we have a se, that makes it reflexive. So just remember that's what that little se means. Okay. What is trust? How would we say to trust something? What is the verb, the infinitive form to trust? It begins with a C. That is the little hint I will give. Very good, Emma. Awesome. Confiar. So that is confiar, or confiarse is to trust in something. Okay. And what is the trust? We'll be for those of you shouting out for geography. Geography will be coming up next. What is the noun for trust? Does anybody know? Don't worry if you don't know any of these. That's what this live stream is for. Hopefully, it will just be a few extra vocab to remember. So don't panic. Confianza. Oh no, it's la confianza. I forgot the la. So that's how we say confidence. No, that's how we say trust. This is a false friend. Something to look out for. I just made the mistake. No one's perfect. No judgment. La confianza is trust. It doesn't mean confidence, even though it looks like it could. So, what is an engagement? How do we say engagement in the Spanish language? Anybody have any ideas? Boda is a wedding. Engagement, I love that. Very good, very good. Comprimiento. Oh my god, my spelling is not. El compromiso. I keep forgetting the L. They always want the freaking like article in this. El compromiso is the engagement. So again, it looks like compromise, but it's not. That's an engagement. Okay, so that is how we say, that is what an engagement is. El compromiso. Loving that. Oh, I wish that, oh my god, I wish I had cake right now. I would love some cake, some pastel right now. Okay, so how do we say to get engaged? If compromiso is engagement, that should help you get to the right answer. Muy fascinante. Okay, so how do we say to get engaged? Very good. Comprometerse. Awesome. You guys are killing this. You guys are going to be fine. You don't have anything to worry about. You guys are going to absolutely nail this exam. Okay, so we haven't got ages for this live stream, so I'm going to move on to the environment now. So that was a quick run through of some relationship keywords. Environment, they freaking love the environment, and as they should, because it's an important contextual topic. Es muy importante el medio ambiente, es un tema muy contextual. Vale, so how do we say climate change in Espanol? Which one is it? Going to, for the first person to get it. You're welcome, you're welcome. This live stream is going to be around 20 to 25 minutes. Hey, not everyone's getting it wrong. You guys are, you're on the right lines. So all of el cambio climático, really, really good. Awesome. So a little bit of translation practice. What is he saying about climate change? Little old Leo, when he got his, was that his Oscar speech? I don't know. Well, we've just done that, so we know it's cambio climático está. What is, what word are we going to put here? Oh, sorry, I forgot the gong. Bam, that was the gong. Well done for getting that answer. Very good. Cambio is the first one. And what is going to be está? What is it? What are we going to put in the second gap? So this is a good, I would say ocurriendo, but I guess, I just spelled it wrong. So, está ocurriendo actualmente. So this is a very good construction to remember for your exam. This is known as the gerund, so it's another good tense to include, and you just have está, and then the yendo or ando form of the verb. So if it was something like comprar, está comprando, I am buying. So it's something you're doing right now, okay? I'd say ocurriendo is better than haciendo, because hacer is to make, okay? So, el cambio climático está ocurriendo actualmente means that climate change is happening right now. So that's another good false friend to look out for. Actualmente means currently or at the moment. It doesn't mean actually, okay? So good thing to look out for. Oh, I nearly just opened my Post-its, but I didn't. Great. So what type of gas is carbon dioxide? Es un gas de efecto invernadero, okay? So that is a greenhouse gas. And how do we say carbon dioxide in Spanish? Does anybody know? There's a good keyword to try and get in. Remember your, remember your accents for this one. So carbano is going to be a part of it. This one is quite similar. So it's dióxido. I'm going to put an L in because they seem to like the L's. Dióxido de carbono. El dióxido de carbono. And remember that nice little accent over the O. It's great. Dióxido de carbono. Awesome. So next we're going to be talking about el plástico. Me encanta el plástico. So how do we say plastic waste? There are two ways that we can say it. So look at this list. And what is the best way to say plastic waste? Cold, hard plastic. Oh, sorry, I'm behind on the gong. You guys are doing great. Don't worry, the gong ain't going nowhere. So, very good. Los residuos plásticos, I like that a lot. So you need to be careful here. So it's actually desechos rather than basuras plásticas. That's not really, that's a bit of a literal translation. They would really say that in Spain. is los desechos plásticos, las basuras plásticas is more like fish. So it's 2 and 4, okay? So that's a good thing to remember. Okay, so that was a quick run through some environmental vocab. We're now going to go over some sentence builders because this is what's going to help elevate your marks that little bit more. I just rocked the table a lot. And yeah, see, well done. It goes in el mar. Okay, el mar, really good. You guys are doing awesome on the questions. So we're going to go over some adjectives for comparing things. And there are a few sentence suggestions that you can go over. And I would just maybe, like, if you have no idea like what these mean, just learn these sentences and change the nouns around. So tan como is a nice construction to mean as something else. So mi hermana es tan alta como mi madre. My sister is as tall as my mother. Y tan pronto como, as soon as possible. And that's a nice little subjunctive phrase. So tan pronto como sea posible. So if you're writing about a vacation and you want to get a nice subjunctive phrase to end it, you can go quiero volver tan pronto como sea posible. I want to go back as soon as possible. Boom, you just got a subjunctive phrase into your exam response. You're welcome. So just learn like a nice little phrase like that. And you can apply that to anything, like, oh, you're talking about like you went to the cinema. Oh, I can't wait to go back. Tan pronto como sea posible. Nice little way to get a cute little subjunctive phrase into your answer. Okay, so how do you say as funny as in Spanish? What is the F? I don't know what that is. Okay, nice. Tan gracioso como. Really good. Really good. I'm just going to time out that because I don't know what that is for. Sorry about it. Really good. It's 3. That gets a nice little gongiendo. Estamos gongiendo. A nice little gerund phrase for you. You're welcome. So how do you say less intelligent than? Anybody know? Oh, I'm not. Oh God. Oh no. Now my one of my friends is trying to phone me, so I can't see the. Okay, I momentarily can't see the comments because I look at them on my phone, but my friend's phoning me. Who I need to catch up with. I haven't spoken to her in ages, but this isn't important for you. So, menos inteligente que. So, menos inteligente que, menos adjective que is what we do. For really good, you guys are getting in there with those answers. Más emocionado que y tan pronto como. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. I love it. You guys make me so proud, doing so well in the questions. Okay, so, ¿qué significa mi hermano es más alto que yo en inglés? Which answer is it? Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. So yeah, I don't think, well done, it is 4. He is taller than I am. Really, really good. So again, some good set expressions. There is acabar de is mean you've just done something. So acabo de volver because I just got back. So if you're writing again about a holiday, acabo de volver de España, I just got back from Spain. Maybe you went to Madrid. Maybe you're staying in Malasaña. It's a cool area. There's like really good vintage shops. So have like these are some set expressions. Write them down. Just have a few good ones to go into the exam. Now, what next? We're running out of time, so I'm going to quickly go over translation together. I'll try and answer any last minute questions you have, but then I've got to shoot off and do a geography stream at 5:30. So you have that to look forward to if you want to see more of the gong. It's going to be wild. I keep saying, look, I thought everyone was writing hey in the answers, but you're saying I like there is rather than like the horse hay. Anyway, so people for quick thing about the subjunctive. So I've given you a few phrases. You don't need to for GCSE. You don't need to know a lot about the subjunctive. It's just like you use it when something's not certain. It's more of a mood than a tense, which is how everyone writes about it. I would say just learn a few phrases like tan pronto como sea posible, as soon as possible. That's in the subjunctive. The sea, it comes from ser, so to be, and sea is the present subjunctive form of it. It's just like a way of expressing something that's not certain. It's not for sure that you're going to go back as soon as possible. That's why we use the subjunctive. It's hard to kind of cover that in a 2-minute live stream. So if you're confused, don't worry about it. It's not going to be the be all and end all if you don't get a subjunctive phrase in there. Okay, so really good, straight in there. No me llevo una vida sana. Really, really good. That is how we're going to start it. So to llevar is to lead, or to in this case, like to have a healthy life. So no llevo una vida sana. Yes, Pearl, cuando sea mayor is subjunctive. Yes, so that sea form, that is the subjunctive form. So then I never go to the gym. Nunca voy al gimnasio, okay? Oh, you guys are all helping each other out in the chat. I see that. That's nice. Nice camaraderie going on. So what I'd say with the translation, remember, just translate it. I think it's worth 12 marks. Do it one step at a time. And the way it's marked on like a sentence or like phrase basis. So even if you have no freaking idea what they're asking, just have a go at translating it and keep going, because you'll probably still be able to get some marks. And how do we say go to bed? How would we say that? How do we say get in? Very good, acuesto, and I go to bed, so it's me acuesto is the present tense, muy tarde, really good. So just translate these sentences, break them down, and do it. So I'd say acostarse is better than voy a la cama. So I'd say tips for a rise tonight. I would just look over some like sentence builders, so things to connect sentences with. Make sure I would just have like a few phrases that you know how to say in the different tenses. So make sure you can say something in the past, present, and future tense, because that's what's going to help you get above like those. Like that's what you need if you want to be getting like at least a 4-5. You need to use those tenses, and then if you're pushing higher, just make sure you can do what's the word I'm looking for? The one that ends in ia. The name escapes you, like me gustaría ir a blah, blah, blah. Conditional, there we go. I'm tired. Sí, cuando era más joven, really, really good. Cuando era joven or más joven would be fine. So yeah, just plan out some sentences with the different tenses, look up some cool vocab, because you'll get extra marks for using crazy adjectives. So just pick your favorite adjective in English, look it up in Spanish, and weasel that into your answer some way. So él llevaba una vida sana, and in the future, y en el futuro, me gustaría llevar una vida sana, porque tengo sobrepeso. So tener sobrepeso is to be overweight. So I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to skip to the end so you can see, so you can like pause the screen and have a look at the English to Spanish translation. So this is the direct translation. So this is just a good one to go through. Remember, one sentence at a time. It's marked like on a phrase basis. So even if you don't know something, still have a go and try and look at the context to kind of like think about what could be happening or could be being said. And best of luck. Buena suerte for tomorrow. Thank you everyone for joining this live stream. I've got to dash off. You guys have been great. It's so nice to see you guys helping each other out in the comments. It's a really nice vibe. It's really great to be part of it and seeing like you studying together and helping each other out. And like sorry I didn't have time to go everything. People were asking about the past perfect. So that's like I had done. So you just have había and then like the ido or ado form of the verb. So había jugado would be like I have played, etc. Anyway, I really do need to shoot off now and get ready for geography. So stick around. There's another live stream in 5 minutes if you want to check that out. Buena suerte for tomorrow. I hope this was useful for everybody. I had fun. And good luck. And gongiendo. Buena suerte. One more exam down. Best of luck, everybody. Remember to use all those different tenses in the exam.